skincare that he has, or lotion
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I saw something about that.
So now he's doing that. Now he's in wrestling again.
Mm-hmm. He's like owner now.
Is he owner?
Yeah, like one of them.
Okay, I didn't know if that was just part of the storyline that they were doing right now, if it was actually legit. I
Oh
mean, it
yeah, he
makes
bought him
sense.
out. So he owns the rights to like all of his things, like the Rock, like the name, like everything. Like
Oh
he owns
damn,
everything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. He kind of took hold of everything that he was a part of.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of like these big kind of stars and stuff, like the big thing that's going around right now is the Diddy thing. It's crazy. Like I've been seeing, um, it's like people are saying it's gonna be bigger than the Epstein thing.
Oh
Like
lord.
everything and everyone involved, because there's like big A-listers that were at these parties and.
Well, I mean, I saw some videos where it was like other people. One of them was Jay-Z, and I guess Diddy's talking,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jay-Z's kind of like he's uncomfortable about what he's saying, or so he's on the run.
They said allegedly his private jet was like seen going to Barbados or something like that.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
like a liar. What? I didn't know people were after me.
What? The cops are at my place? Which one?
Wait,
All of them? Oh shit! Does that do
crazy.
something?
Hey, hey, did y'all do something? Yeah, no, it is insane. Supposedly there's tunnels. So how
Yeah.
like what is all I know is there's alleged trafficking of people.
Yeah, like they said they're gonna bring him in on like RICO charges, like racketeering,
Oh hell.
because like they're saying they were like transporting, people, guns, and like they're going on tour. They're flying, coast to coast. But who's to say they weren't like shipping stuff? So yeah, it's this whole big conspiracy thing now, and a bunch of people are supposed to be involved. Like
Notorious before he died.
maybe, but yeah, they said he's gonna bring Jay-Z in on it. I mean, Usher will be in on it. A Bieber, like the stuff is gonna start coming out. And kind of in the same vein, I just watched. There's this new documentary on Max called "Quiet on Set." It's
Mhm.
about Nickelodeon in the '90s, early 2000s, like kind of everything that was going on. And it's just fucked up, man. Like all of these kids just being subjected to horrible things.
Is it kind of like that whole is it Weinstein?
Yeah,
How he was kind of doing stuff is it kind of in the same
pretty much,
realm?
but it's to kids, like
Yeah.
minors. Like there's this one kid, Drake Bell. He's from Drake and Josh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Drake Bell. There was this acting coach that had been in the industry for years that started molesting him. And like as like they were filming that Drake and Josh show, it was like during that time he was getting molested the entire time.
yeah. Is the other like does Josh like can he attest to some of the
No, it was so secret. Like the guy had like manipulated his way into like him taking care of the kid. Like
it's fucking
yeah,
gross.
his dad knew something was up, and his dad was managing his career at the time, and he like manipulated him into firing him. And
Damn.
so like then he just had free access to him. And he said the thing like it shows some of the document of his testimony, because like he doesn't really go into detail of like what happened. He was just like, just think of the worst things that could happen to a person by another person.
Yeah,
And
that's what happened
yeah,
as a kid.
yeah, he was like, I was 15 years old, and I had nobody left because I had pushed him away because he told me to. And like it shows like his document, and a lot of it's redacted, but like there are parts where it says like foreign objects being inserted, and it's just like fuck, just to think like, and he was just trying to do something he wanted, like something he loved, like being an
Yeah.
actor, like an entertainer, and like he didn't know any better. It's like fuck, man.
Damn. Well, that shit's out there.
Yeah.
And they, what do they call it? They leverage, I guess, your advancement. And do you really want to be a star? I'm not gonna cast you unless you do this weird shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but there is a lot of that too still.
Whatever happened to Weinstein?
I think he's in jail somewhere.
Is he in prison?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, could you imagine? There's like they interviewed his dad in that documentary, and at first the kid, because they had became estranged whenever he fired him as his manager and everything. But like after,
He fired his dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
after the guy was arrested, because somebody had come forward, he had told his dad, and his dad was just like, I knew it. I knew something was going to happen, but I guess he didn't know it was his son that it had happened to. And he was like, yeah, I'm so glad they caught him before something happened to you. Yes. And then
He already got bit.
and then they're talking to him in like the present day, and they're like, do you still remember that feeling of when you found out? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I was shattered. Like it broke me.
And so who was it multiple people that were doing it?
No, it was just one guy.
Just one guy?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rough watch, but it's good.
Yeah, those are rough watches.
Yeah, it goes into the whole Amanda Bynes thing. Like, yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, I don't blame, because you see a lot of people like Shia LaBeouf and everything, and it's unfortunate because like there's so many people that struggle with a lot of the things that celebrities do. But the only difference is, the everyday person doesn't have paparazzi taking pictures of their every waking second. And so, every fuck up is a, national tabloid or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they don't have the ability to, fuck up, and try and get better and, try again in private like, the rest of us do.
Yeah.
So it's like, when I see people talk about or hear people talk about, or young people that are, I want to move to LA, and it's like, I want to be famous, and it's like, you really? It's like, just think about it.
Yeah.
It's like your whole life under a microscope every second.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I was when I think about that, I think about Milli Vanilli. And I'm like, the guys that actually were singing that, I bet you they were like, yeah, this is awesome. Because we're not the ones performing it. We're just singing it.
Yeah.
And, the whoever those were on,
Yeah.
on the videos.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, like those guys were getting all the attention and all the paparazzi. And I was like, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm sure they were making money or a cut of whatever. And they weren't getting all the attention. That's a good deal. It's kind of like songwriters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that. Like, You're behind the scenes.
Yeah, just being a ghostwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think it's too much. It's especially for a young person to get all that attention. I don't think you're designed to handle all the attention that you get, especially like, if you're a Bieber or
Yeah.
Those kids from like Disney back in the day. Or I guess still, I mean, they're still doing it now. I mean, there's still kids on Disney. I bet you like they're overwhelmed.
Yeah, like they showed like different clips of, Bieber as a kid when he was going to award shows and stuff, and how a lot of times the hosts or somebody would just be like in a joking way, inappropriate, like, grabbing, like there's one of them where he's accepting an award, and Pink is the one handing him the statue, the award, and then she grabs him like in a bear hug and just like starts kissing his neck, and it, like, they frame it to where it's like it looks a lot really creepy.
Yeah.
In the documentary, but at the
reality,
award show,
it looks lighthearted. And
it's just like, oh yeah, he just won. She's like, oh, look at Pink being funny.
Yeah.
But then he gets on mic. He's like, man, I feel violated. And like, he's trying to just play along with it because, he knows the game.
Yeah.
But it's just like, those little moments you see, and it's like, man, his story's going to come out someday.
And I mean, being that young, you're going to have access to probably parties that you normally wouldn't go to.
Yep.
And who knows what he was exposed to. I bet it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's what they're saying with Diddy is like he would host these parties that he would call freakouts.
So he's the Black Epstein. Is that what's
pretty
going on?
much? Yeah. Like I've seen videos, like there's this guy, he was talking, he's this rapper, and he was talking about it happened to him. Like, you go to these freakouts and they drug. At first they were drugging the alcohol, but then they smarted up, and being good criminals, they go with the times. They started drugging the mixers. So even if somebody's, oh no, I'm not gonna, I'll just have some orange juice or some cranberry juice.
Fucking guys. Smart. Kudos to him.
But they, like, a lot of them are just like want to be rappers, like up and coming rappers, and then they'll video them getting fucked by a dude.
What are the? Wow, that's gross. It's disgusting.
And then that they hold that over them. They're like, we'll give you a contract. This is the power we have.
Yeah, that's what Epstein used to do, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, he's you know how he has always, like, what was he? He was Puff Daddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was he Puff Diddy or just P Diddy?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was P Diddy, and then he took off the P, so then he was just Diddy. Now he's Diddy Steen. God. But I wonder, like,
That's P Diddler.
Yeah, P. Yes, that's a good one. P Diddler. Oh man. No, but I'm just thinking, and this is bad, but like, what are the brainstorms? Like, all right, guys, come on, we got to have a meeting. Like, how are we gonna get everybody? What are we gonna do? Oh, we're poisoning we got it in the drinks. It's cool. It's been working, but we're not 100%. Like, what's our, like, they have stats and shit. Like, what's our yield? Like, well, we had 1,000 people this last month, and we only got 800 of them. Well, what are we doing? How are we gonna get those other 200? And that's the one guy's like, well, let's spike the mixers, and then they say, dude, that's amazing. Yes, that's good. Good job. Golly.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I mean, you've always heard of like the casting couch and everything.
Mm-hmm.
but it's always been mainly about like movies and TV. But like you've always known like shady stuff has gone down in the
Oh,
music industry.
yeah.
But yeah, I think whatever's gonna come out is it's gonna be wild.
I wonder if it's gonna go back to, you remember that skit that Chappelle did on the Chappelle Show when he was doing kind of like what Diddy did on that one show he had, where he was like, "All right, I'm gonna give you guys a deal, but first, I need a cookie, and you got to walk there." But like, I wonder if it goes back. It has to probably all the way
I'm
back.
sure.
To
Yeah.
that. Man, boy got caught.
Yep. Yeah, and apparently he had recently hired some new lawyers that um, who are defendants. They've like defended some of the biggest names in like Hollywood and on like racketeering charges and like, so he knows he's guilty. So he's
Yeah.
like getting the best of the best.
Tony Montana's lawyer. God.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. I guess this whole year is gonna now follow that. Like that's gonna be the top thing.
Yep.
Well, it's been a while since we had something like this. OJ's probably the last one that tons of people followed.
Yeah.
Now this is way more interesting.
What if like just to get kind of existential? What if this is all orchestrated?
This is supposed to happen.
Yeah. So like, I've been playing this game called Helldivers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever play the first one?
I never played the first one.
No. Well, I didn't play the first one either. But the first one was like this top shooter. So like you're just looking above, and then you're just is kind of old school.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but this one they changed it to kind of like a third person shooter. But it's like so cinematic, like. And if you've ever watched Starship Troopers, is that wait?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's right. It's pretty much that in a game. Like
That's awesome.
it's so fun when you're playing with friends. Like you're fighting either bugs or robots, automatons. But the they say that there's one person kind of like in Dungeons and Dragons, like the
Dungeon Master.
the dungeon master. Like
Yeah.
there's one dungeon master.
I don't know why I knew that. My bad. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nerd. But no, like there's like one dungeon master for the game, and he controls like what happens.
Yeah,
Because it's like this. I forget what it's called. Like it's an active service game. So like this is one world where everyone that's playing is playing the same game. Okay. So like you can get into squads of 4, and so like you have four different ships in your squadron. You can name your ship. You buy upgrades for the ship, but you can't really customize your personal character because it's essentially like a war. So like when you're out there fighting and everything, and you die, and when someone calls you in, it's actually a new person. So it's not the person you just were.
'Cause he's gone.
Yeah. So it's just like war. So like these are just new people.
So it's So it's like an actual war is happening somewhere, and you're just taking the part of a person in that war. And if that person dies and you come back, then you're taking the place of someone else that's going to be deployed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that's cool. That is cool.
Yeah, and like they do major orders where there's this one where we had to go to the bug planets and enable this like termicide, is like this bug spray. So we had to do missions where we had to activate these 3 terminals, and like bug waves is come at us and everything. But we got that, and then now we've been getting rumors of like something's gonna go wrong with that, and
So it's a continuous
yeah,
story.
yeah. So they're always adding stuff.
Even when you're not playing, like something
yeah,
is going
like
on.
we'll lose planets because like we have to liberate planets. We have to do so many missions, complete so many missions, and there's like a percentage of how much has been liberated.
Is there like I'm assuming there's probably a Helldivers thing that you can follow. That way you can just see what's going
Oh
on.
yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like on Reddit, I'm sure there's
Yeah.
something. But yeah,
That is cool. That is cool. I like that.
yeah. But there are rumors like because when you look at the map, the bug planets are on one side and the robots are on one side, and there's this big blank space on both like I guess east and west or north and south, whatever. In the first game, there were different enemies, different factions. So they're saying like those are going to take those places, and we're going to be getting attacked from all sides.
Oh hell. Okay. Hang, and that's only on PS5, isn't it?
And PC.
Shit.
But there's actually a petition to get Xbox players.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope that happens.
Yeah, I think it had like 10,000 signatures, and
Okay.
that was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, I feel like PS5 is the only one right now that's making the better games as far as exclusive games.
Yeah.
I mean, games the ones that are available on both platforms, and that's that's cool. But yeah, the ones that are exclusive, like exclusive Xbox games, man, the Starfield was fun for a little while, and I was forcing myself to play. It just got old, and then now, yeah, that's a huge one.
Yeah, which I think I heard it's coming to PS5.
Okay.
Yeah, you should just sell your Xbox and get a PS5.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, either that or just get a PS5. But I think everything that I play is on PS5.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's probably the new move or the next move.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only like lately. It's mainly been Helldivers. It's
Took a break from Call of Duty.
yeah. I've just
Get burned out.
it's a different. It's so different. It's funny because like when you've been playing Helldivers, there's so many videos like on TikTok of like girlfriends whose boyfriends play Helldivers, and they're they're doing it like war stories.
Oh, that's good.
My husband wrote from the war today. But it's like they make it because you've seen Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
And it's like so campy and just like, but when you're in it's almost like because it's so cinematic, it's so immersive. Like when you're out there fighting, it almost feels real. Like they really captured that like essence of like. And it's so fun whenever you're playing with your friend because like sometimes you'll be out there with some random people and they don't have mics or whatever. But when you're out there with your friends, it's just like,
Talking it
oh
up.
my God, we got a Bile Titan. Like it's funny and like there's friendly fire, so like
Yeah.
you can kill each other and you can throw in stratagems. They're like you have a bunch of them that you can buy, but the ones I use a lot are like a 500 kilogram bomb, which is a huge like explosive.
Dang, so like relationships are being affected, like real relationships. Like, dude,
Yeah.
it happens, man. It's okay. No,
And
man.
it's like, no, we're fighting for democracy, for Super Earth.
Oh man, yeah, I have to get that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm probably gonna play it a little bit later tonight.
I don't blame you. You can get PTSD. Just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but going back to what I was saying, this dungeon master, there's supposedly this guy named Joel is the man. My allergies are kicking my ass right now.
Yeah, it was bad today.
Ugh.
It was bad today.
But no, yeah, this guy named Joel, he's the dungeon master of Helldivers, and supposedly there are he'll drop into games sometimes, and he'll give them something because it's been rumored that they're gonna be adding vehicles to the game because it takes fucking forever sometimes to have to run all the way across this map. But there's supposed to be vehicles, and sometimes he'll drop in and it's like and chat like, "Hey, here, take this," and it's a car that hasn't been released yet,
Oh hell.
and he'll just leave the game. And so like me, Greg, and Mark have been playing. Was like, "Come on, Joel, bring us something."
Yeah. That is cool though. So
Yeah.
the dungeon master, you're saying that this is supposed to happen, or it was planned, or something with Diddy.
Oh yeah. So like, yeah. Thank you. I lost that tangent. Went on for a while. Um, yeah. I'm just thinking like, what if this is one of those, government cover-ups where what if the government's about to do something and they're like, let's give the American people something else to look at.
Yeah. Well, you're speaking my language. um, I'll say this: if it's something like that, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be like, "You're kidding me! The government did that." I
Because
would.
like maybe it's the actual people who run it. They're like, we're gonna get, because maybe like Diddy is probably guilty.
Oh yeah.
But maybe he's a little bit lower on the chain, and they're like, all right, we're gonna give him this.
What if you know how you were saying like he's a new Epstein? Like, what if he really was playing that role, and he did, facilitate and help out? When I say help, like hooked people up
Yeah.
with some bad shit, and now that stuff came up and he's being caught, the people that the elitists are like, well, here's another one.
Yeah, watch. He might end up dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
A fake a weird accident, plane goes down,
Mm-hmm.
he gets choked. Yeah, I wouldn't. If that comes out, then that's really probably what happened.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Fuck. I just wonder, like, what it's like. I saw. I don't know if I told you, but there was this one little video that I saw with Biden, and I want to say it was for whenever they were doing the primaries and stuff, and he's sitting down, and I guess it's right before the interview starting, and he's sitting down, and I guess he kind of like looks lost. Surprise, surprise, he looks lost. But yeah, he like says something. He's like, no, I can't say anything, otherwise they'll get mad. Like, they'll get mad. Like, who the hell is he? Like, he's like a little kid saying like, no, like my parents will get mad if I say something. And I wonder, like, who is they? Who are the ones that are, I guess, in his ear, in his pocket, or whatever you want to call it. Like, would you be ashamed if he was reelected? Like, if he won everything all over again? Or would you be like, it doesn't really matter who's in the office?
Yeah, I think, where we're at right now as a country, I think we're just kind of fucked right now. Because I would rather, somebody else than who it's probably going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But, right now, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there too. Because even if you take the face off, or the name away from who's going to be in office, then all you're left with is just, okay, well, what is the agenda? And then what are policies that are going to be done? You're not really, because the way it seems now, no offense to Trump, because he's funny. The shit that he says is off the wall. It's fucking hilarious. But I'm like, if you vote for him, are you voting because he's funny and he's cool and he's, quick, he's witty? Or are you voting because he's actually gonna change something and make things better.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, man, because the people that vote for him, the people that are gun ho, I'm talking like hardcore, extreme, people that are on that side. Uh, Before he was even thinking about running for president, like he was talking so much shit about those people, and that's who has his back. And then now because he knows that, like he's all gun ho about that. If you're far extreme, I just wish that we had a person in the middle, and they just called it the common sense party or the just regular party. Because, like, yeah, there's stuff on both sides that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think if you go far one way or the other, there's no way. If you are that way, then you're a fucking robot. How can you be all like everything? Like if there's a checklist over here and a checklist over here, you're all of these. You value every single one of these boxes. They're check marks for you. There's no way.
Right. Which brings me. I'm glad you brought that up. Reminds me.
Grocery list.
So last week, after we had finished filming the episode of the podcast, we had people there during the while we filmed, and then
other people chime in on some stuff.
Well, there's this moment captured, which it looks like you weren't aware of. But I thought it was hilarious.
Was I picking my nose?
No, so I'm gonna put this up on the screen in the edit, but I'm gonna play it here.
It's cool to be bi.
Exactly. You know what? I'm bi too. I'll be bi with you, bro.
Oh my god, that's a good little soundbite.
Yes,
that's a good capture. And see, that's what's wrong with Instagram and TikTok. People are gonna get that right there, isolate that, and be like, "Hey, this is how he is. This is proof. He said it. He said it on his podcast."
Yeah, so I put that up on YouTube Shorts, and it blew up. Like 1.4 thousand views and like 20 something likes.
Oh geez.
And a comment that said, "Bro, you just gay."
Oh man.
So I just wanted to ask, what was that conversation even about? Because as you can see, I was in the background already editing.
Who said bye first? Was it?
That was Nick.
Okay, what were we talking about? I have no idea. I think we were talking about how crazy it is with, because I think we were talking about like how younger people are saying or identifying as, and I don't know if you want to go down this rabbit hole or this path because it can get bumpy. But yeah, how younger people are identifying and they don't even know, they're too young in reality to probably understand, and then they're having all these after effects and they don't know if because they're exposed to the social media, because they're exposed to, it's almost like, this is where it went. When you're in, like when we were in school and it was like the cool thing to wear maybe a certain brand of clothes, right? Mm-hmm. That was what we were considered like, dude, if you don't wear those types of shoes or that brand of shirt, then you're not cool. You're not with the end thing, And now it's not even like that anymore. Now it's like you have to be a certain way in order to be the cool group. So it's almost like, all right, if you think you're a cat, then that's cool now. Like it's not considered weird. I mean, it's probably weird in some places, but in other places it's probably like the norm. Like, no, we're gonna cater to that. We're gonna say that's okay, and we need to actually what do you call it? Help you become that whatever you think you are. We're going to help you. We're going to take you to the doctor, and that's where that's where that conversation was going. It was like, okay, well, these kids that are that think they're cool are either saying, yeah, well, I'm gay. Oh, wow, okay, so you're gay and you're cool because you're saying that out loud, and maybe that's catching on. Like, okay, well, if Billy says that, then you know what? Maybe I am too, and then I can get some cool. Points on my end too, and then that's whenever Nick said like, no, I'm bi, and then that's whenever I said, yeah, I'll be bi with you, like, because that's cool, right? You're cool, I want to be cool too, so why not? And that's where that conversation
Okay.
yeah, that's where it was born from, is because all the weird shit that's going on. Yeah, I can't speaking of that, like, I'm glad that these weren't around so much. Not so much these, but more social media whenever we were kids.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, kids now I think are smarter because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they have access to, endless amounts of information at the touch of a screen.
Yeah, and that's another thing we were talking about too, is just, access. And there's pros, there are benefits to having stuff like that available to you. That's you mean you can get info in seconds,
Yeah.
and not just like read about it. You can see it, you can hear it, everything. Whereas before, I mean, you had to fucking research. If you were curious about something, you had to go out and look for it.
Yeah.
And your social media was like, your friend's dad, or like, you know what he said about this and this and that. Like, yeah. You couldn't get information here, and you couldn't talk shit to people
Yeah.
the way you can now. That's one of my biggest things. Like, I hate that, somebody talks shit to you from across the globe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't understand consequences, actual consequences. Whereas, if I said that and I was brave enough to say that about you, like, I know that there are consequences for me. Like, you could hit me, you could do something to me because we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like that anymore. People hide. They know that they're safe and they're little, behind a screen. And I hate that. But
Yeah, it's a different world. I remember actually being bored with nothing to do.
Yeah. But you were put to work.
Yeah. Or, going outside to make your own fun.
Yeah, and that was something that we were talking about too, is like, and it's our generation that did it. Like, I guess when we were little, because our parents didn't have access like this, to where you can spot like, hey, what are all these red dots on this map? Oh, it shows all the bad people. Don't walk over there. In fact, you're not walking home.
Yeah.
We're gonna pick you up. Whereas before, you didn't have access. Like, it was there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; those dots were still there. I don't know if there was as many. I wonder, but it was kind of like, because we didn't know, it was kind of hidden. You fucking walked home.
Yeah.
And then you like, hey, I'm gonna go ride my bike to my friend's house, and then after that, we're gonna go to the store on our bikes and just.
Oh yeah, like we would stay out, like
Yeah.
I remember summer days. Leaving at like 10 in the morning and not coming back until like maybe 8 p.m., 9 p.m.
And I'm not saying that our parents weren't worried, because I'm sure that my mom and my dad were probably worried, like, make sure he gets home. But it was more, you were worried because, like, I got to make it home at a certain time.
Yeah.
If I don't make it home, then I'm going to get in trouble and I can't have fun tomorrow.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like some of us are lucky to be alive.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because some of the shit that we were exposed to and is like, golly, it's amazing that you made it home okay every day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I guess what we were talking about too is just kids now. It's like, it's almost I don't think that human beings were designed to, at least at an early age, if you're 10 being able to worry about stuff that you shouldn't have to worry about,
Yeah.
or be concerned with stuff that is so out of your circle. Our circle back then was our house, maybe our school, and that was about it. And then family. That was the only people that you were concerned about. You didn't care about politics. You didn't care about stuff that happened. Hell, it could happen, across the city, and you could care less. Or maybe, I mean, you would care, but because it didn't affect you, it didn't make you sad, or it didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's like, again, it's the whole, oh well, if this is happening to them, then I'm gonna make a big deal about it here, and I'm gonna get sad, I'm gonna get depressed because this is happening somewhere else. Whereas if you didn't even have access to that, you probably wouldn't be affected by it at all.
Yeah.
And the kids, I hate the kids are being exposed to that. But oh well. Cat's out of the bag. What'd you think of that AI thing?
Well, one last thought on that last thing is I think it goes back to, the whole good and bad thing. There's always going to be good with the bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are lessons to be learned in that whole situation, even through the bad things. And hopefully that's what will come out of it. But yeah, that AI thing. So I listened to it, and to me, it sounds like a bit.
It does sound like a bit. I agree with you. It does sound like a bit. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's even one point where, because I know that they just put a voice mod in their editing software on somebody's voice, because like it's just somebody talking regular, and then they edit the voice to sound,
Right, yeah.
But there's one point where it cuts out for a second. You hear the person talking, and it's just a guy.
I hope it's a bit. I'll say that. I hope it's a bit because it freaked me out.
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Okay, so if it's not a bit, think of it as if it's true. Everything that came out is true. And in case, if for people that want to look for it, it's a anonymous AI podcast by
Duncan Trussell.
Yeah, Duncan Trussell.
Yeah, it's the DTFH podcast.
Yeah, I mean it's entertaining. That it is very entertaining. But okay, so if it's let's put on our it's true because it was on a podcast hat.
Okay.
So if it's like that, what do you think about it?
I mean, it would be just like, every movie that's been made about, robots taking over. That's essentially that's what he was joking towards.
Yeah, and it's almost like bless you. Like what you were saying before, because I'm going to tie it to this about good and bad.
Uh-huh.
When social media was first, like whenever somebody said, you know what, this is going to be a great, awesome thing, there's no way that they came to whoever the investors were, or if it was their money, like, hey, you know what, this is going to be good and also evil. Okay, let's look at the good and the evil, guys. I mean, this is going to be big. And if they did do that, then that's fucked up. I mean, that could have happened too.
Oh, yeah.
But with AI, I feel like it's been nothing but like, hey, you know what? This is going to help out so many people, and it's going to be cutting edge, and things are going to get easier. There's going to be more jobs. Haha. But there's already, I mean, if you have stuff or people who are making it and everything's with a great intention, there's also going to be people that are making it that have evil intentions too. There's
two,
yeah. It goes two ways. And there was another podcast that I think I told you about. I think he mentions him on that podcast too. He's one of the guys he's an older guy who's been in AI for like, I think over 40 years. Ray
Liotta,
yes. No, Raymond, I think I forgot his last name, but he mentions it on there. And I feel like the word is naive. He's so naive whenever he talks about AI. Like everything is good. Everything is no. I mean, why are bad things going to happen if everyone's going to be smarter?
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's because it's going to have to happen. It has to happen, even if it's on a scale that's so low, but it's going to happen. There's no way that it can't. Phones, like when phones were invented, it was like, hey, you know what? Think of all the bad stuff you can do with these phones.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to get people's information. We're going to make people believe that we're their family person, or yeah, we're related to them, and we're going to get money from them.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't presented. There's no way that. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, if it is true, I mean, there was things that AI said and joked about that I wasn't even thinking about either, like the whole sharing between AIs,
Oh yeah.
Facebook and ChatGPT and all those. I was like, eee. If they do share, and then he was laughing about like, you think there's privacy? No, there's not privacy. Everything is shared. Like, oh, and let me tell you, the stuff that you have on your computer, yeah, it's shared. Like, if that is the case, I'm like, wow. It reminds me of the fucking the part on Ted 2 at the very beginning of the movie whenever Ted's like, all right, let me borrow your laptop. And he goes to Mark Wahlberg's character's laptop and he's like, whoa, you just got this porn just on your desktop? Like you got to get rid of this. Oh, man. If I can go to the ocean or they go to the lake, right, they bury everything. They break it. They damage it. Yeah, they destroy it. Put it in the ocean or whatever, in the river. Yeah. I guess that wouldn't surprise me either if everything is shared.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Like I'm sure they're. I mean, I know there are people like the dark web that buy people's data.
yeah.
And because like some people can, like some companies do get hacked. Like Sony got hacked.
Yeah, you're right.
Insomniac Games got hacked. And
you would think that type of corporation would have like some crazy intense
Oh,
security,
yeah.
and it still
yeah.
is yeah.
Yeah, like they revealed a bunch of stuff. Like stuff about, the Spider-Man 2 game had just come out. They were leaking the DLCs that were going to come out, other games that they were working on. They released footage of the Wolverine game. Like, so Insomniac paused a bunch of stuff. Because I've been waiting. I love the Spider-Man games.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. I played the second one. I was actually just playing the second one for the second time through because they finally released a new Game Plus version of it. Because it was supposed to come out a while ago, and I think they're supposed to be releasing 3 DLCs, like continuing some of the storylines that they set up in the main game. Like there's one with Carnage.
Okay.
One with I can't remember his name. Another villain. He's like a shapeshifter, I want to say.
P. Diddy. They're gonna make him a fucking villain on there.
He's gonna be in there.
The Diddler.
He's like, hey, I'm the Diddler. Oh my god!
There's gonna be so many memes on him. He's gonna be in Marvel and in DC.
I don't care. I'd diddle anything. Bring that dog over here. Let me diddle it.
Oh man. Cities are like this whole city got diddled.
Diddle everything.
Man. Diddle me this, Batman.
Oh man, that would be hilarious. They need to do that on SNL or
Yes.
something.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It has to happen. I hope it happens.
And if they do, you owe us money
Yep.
because we got it here. There's proof.
Yep.
See it? A to Z with J and B.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Now we're talking about AI.
Yes, AI. Damn Diddy. Distracting.
What would you do if he just like bust through the door?
I was like, no.
You said Diddler 3 times, bitch.
That's gonna be a new challenge. Diddler. Diddler. I would like, you didn't say it.
Oh man, yeah, that shit's gonna be crazy. Like I think the next few months, there's just gonna be a ton of shit
Wild.
coming out.
Wild. But no, on that podcast, if it's true, let's just say, let's take the funny and the everything out, and let's just the information. That there was one thing that he said on there. He was like, if I created me, I would kill myself. Meaning that he can't believe that humanity created something with as much power and as dangerous as what AI is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, because I see the advantages it offers.
Oh yeah, tons of advantages.
Yeah. But I see its potential in the bad hands.
Yeah.
Would
you? I've seen some videos on like people in college, and they're using an AI software to essentially take notes and answer questions on you can say assignments. How comfortable would you be, like, if you were wanting a doctor, right, a surgeon, but he made it through college just using AI, and he really doesn't know anything? Well, actually, when you're talking to him, he's using AI to record everything you're saying, and AI is going to tell him or her what's wrong with you. And then a robot's going to perform the surgery, but you're paying him.
I mean, that doesn't make sense, though.
Doctors are going to be replaced, or
Yeah.
surgeons are going to be replaced.
Yeah, they would just replace the surgeon.
Is it going to be like Star Wars, where you go on this tank and it just repairs you? Or like Starship Troopers, they did the same thing. You go on this tank and it just repairs you while you're in there? You think people are going to live until they're like 150? Like, where that, like 150 is going to be the new like 80. Like, oh wow, 150. But and also not be as, we'll say, you're going to still have, you're going to be fully abled to do, like, think the way you thought when you were, say, 50 or 40.
I don't know. There was this other thing that, did you see about that bridge in Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're saying like it could have been, quote unquote, attack, because like that.
Because what was the story behind it? Like, was it they lost control or something like that? Something that was
I guess,
malfunctioning?
yeah, because like you see in the video, it loses power like a few times, but like the angle that it took a dramatic turn, and they're saying that it might have been like hacked and turned into the bridge because like it's going to affect.
Yeah, what does it affect?
Like it was a big kind of port that a lot of goods went in and out of, and a lot of like farming equipment. So a lot of farmers here in the Midwest and everything, they're tracting like their plows and like all that kind of stuff. Like with the peak farming season coming up, like, it's going to affect a lot of businesses and everything. Like cost of things, like diesel gas would be shipped through there, and like
was that was it an American freight or
I don't know,
freight ship, or what do you call those? Shipping container? Wait, not shipping containers are on it. What are those big ass ships called? Just big ass ships?
The freighter.
Is it a freighter? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really big on. I don't know a lot about that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
But yeah, that they're saying that might have been a hack or an attack or something.
And there were people on that, because I saw some people that passed away. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought, when I saw the video the very first time, I thought that the bridge had just collapsed on its own. I didn't know there was a ship behind it, because it happened at night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't pay attention, but yeah, I thought that it was just like, oh shit, why'd the bridge break? I didn't realize that it was run into. Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So like no one steers it?
I don't know. Like I didn't know if it was like an autonomous boat or if like it goes like, how did it get hacked? It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure like where that's coming from. So I didn't really read much into it. I just watched the video and
I don't know. There's so many questions. I was like, well, they have an anchor. Like maybe they disabled the anchor where it couldn't drop it, but I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of videos of like people in kind of like in the Midwest, their city emergency response team are sending out these letters like for the eclipse that's coming up on the 8th, saying like, stock up on water. Like,
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's like, all right,
why is that happening?
What's going on?
Yeah,
like why are you telling us to prepare for like something?
Damn. Including us too, or just those people?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen any letter like that come through my mail.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Maybe my wife is hiding it from me. I'm gonna come home one day and be like, where'd everybody go? Like calling like Conor McGregor. Where the fuck is everyone?
Oh, did you end up watching Roadhouse?
Yeah. It was entertaining.
Yeah,
like,
it's entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Yeah. It
was.
wasn't.
I mean, it's not the best movie in the world.
No, you can't compare it to the actual Roadhouse movie. But if you just are open to like, you want to be entertained, watch that movie. It's a good movie. It's a good watch. It's worth watching. It's free.
Yeah,
fucking watch it.
Yeah, but Conor McGregor in every scene just.
Oh, I know. Like, what's going on with that guy, man?
Yeah. Oh man,
I think he'd be an awesome Popeye.
They're actually remaking.
I
Popeye.
heard about that.
Yeah,
I think he'd be a good one if Popeye really didn't talk that well.
No, I mean he doesn't really talk
that. Yeah. All he had to do is just mumble a little bit.
Yeah,
that's what he reminds me of. Is like Popeye on there. He's always and his acting is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I could do better, but I mean, come on.
Oh man. Yeah, he. I saw this video of him in an interview.
Are you talking about
Yeah,
why is he doing that?
I don't. I think they might have doctored that video.
Was he on a pre-workout?
Well, no, I think they edited the video to make it look like
Like he was doing that? Like
Yeah,
he
he was
was-
doing that. Because like I feel like I saw another video of that same interview and he looked fine.
It was just fine? Okay,
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, because that guy, I will say this, like he's put on some weight. Not
Yeah.
bad weight. I'm saying like muscle weight.
Oh,
like
yeah.
mass.
Yeah.
Compared
got
to
swole.
Yeah. Compared to, did you ever see that Connor documentary?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even from that to probably, I want to say he's probably been that big probably like the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's swolled up.
Yeah.
He's a big dude now. I wonder how much he weighs.
I don't know. He's supposed to be fighting again, right? Like he's got another fight.
If he does, I mean, he's gonna have to take a little while to get off the juice. I'm saying like, I'm saying so that his body can start reproducing testosterone the regular way.
Yeah.
Because even if he gets off of it and then starts cutting weight and then tries to fight at like say 175 again, he ain't gonna win. There's no way your body can.
No, I think he's staying.
Is he staying
Yeah.
probably middleweight?
Yeah.
Because he has to be over 185. There's no fucking way he's 185. He has to be like, I'm thinking 215, 220.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like that to me. And how tall is he? Is he 6 feet?
Oh, I don't know.
There's no way he's over 6 feet. He's probably 5'9" to 6 feet, somewhere around there.
Probably.
But yeah, he's a thick dude, so he has to be in the twos, low twos at least. Yeah, I guess if he fights at that weight. But he's gonna also have to still get off that juice. There's no way it's all fucking natural. I think there's juice. I think it's juicing a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
It'd be cool, like if they. Well, I guess they did in the early days, but I wish they would just bring it back to where, like, hey, if you want to get on juice, then now it's required that you get on the juice to fight. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to. But we have it here for you if you want to have it. That way, everyone is like a super mutant. You go in there. Yeah. I think it would just be more entertaining if you did that. You like in Mario Kart, how you get these special little things that you can use. Like on there, you can you can blindfold your opponent for 5 seconds, or both of you guys are blindfolded for a little while. A guest gets in there from the
Oh, tag
audience.
team.
Yeah, audience gets in there. I think that'd be awesome. I would pay to see something like that.
So
But no-
just wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, wrestling, but real. What do you mean it ain't real?
You just want to see Gladiator. Like you want them to fight to the death.
Yeah. Or maybe not to the death, but just like, if you were in a fight, I guess kind of like the way they did it in the old days, where there was no time. Like you just waited till you were knocked to the ground, and then they started. Like that was the end of it. Like do you want to continue, or you can? We'll give you 10 seconds or whatever. But the round doesn't end until you get knocked down or until you give up. You can tap out or give up if you want, if you don't want to
Yeah.
continue. But just a legit, like, because I don't like stuff to go to decision, because there's a lot of politics when it comes to decisions. So if they just let it, like, all right, well, you thought it was 5 rounds, we're going to keep going until either you say you don't want any more of this, or one of y'all's knocked out or submits.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better. Like, you're truly won. I think it'd be better.
I don't know. I mean, I used to be super into like UFC and boxing back in the day, and I'll watch a fight here and there, but like I kind of lost interest the way I used to have it. Like that fight between Anthony Johnson and Ngannou.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know it happened. So I
Same.
was just like,
Yeah. Same. Boxing, it's sadly become more of a joke compared to what it used to. Not a joke because it's like it's funny. I say a joke because it's you can choose not to fight.
yeah,
You know, I wish that there was no option. Like, no, like this is who's like there is a list of contenders in your weight class. This is who's up. You're gonna fight them.
Yeah.
You got this much time to prepare for the fight. If you don't want to fight, that's fine. Relinquish your belt. We'll give it to him, and then he's gonna take your place. But that's how we're gonna move on. We're not gonna because you want a bigger payday. Well, that's fine. I want you to have a bigger payday, but you also have to fight this guy,
yeah,
and you have this much time to prepare because this fight's gonna happen on this day. If you're not there, then all right, you're a bitch. And UFC, I guess it's a little more, I guess, normal. But yeah, and I'm happy for people that get paid.
yeah,
Like anyone who Jake Paul fights, they're gonna. It's a huge payday for them. I'm hoping that Mike's not doing it just for the payday because I know he has money.
yeah. I was seeing something. I mean, who knows if it's real or not? But it was this post on like Instagram or something. But supposedly it was from Mike Tyson saying, a lot of you people think I'm doing it for the money. He's like, no. Oh no, this was it was an interview from Tyson's last fight with Roy Jones.
Oh, with Roy Jones, yeah.
Yeah, so they were interviewing Roy Jones. He's like, man, Mike's power, it's different. Like when he hit me, he was coming for my head. And he's like, look, I like what Jake Paul's doing and everything for the sport at this moment, but like if he gets caught, he's gonna get caught. But like if he can move around for like 4 or 5 rounds, he might have a chance. But if he gets caught, it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Golly, I would love for that to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing against Jake Paul because, like I said, everything that he touches, it turns to gold.
Yeah,
now.
I mean he's this is a wrestling tactic. He's playing a heel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he does it well with everybody. He even did it early on. I was watching the hell was that show called? Was it Full Swing? Yeah, Full Swing on Netflix. That golf.
Yeah.
And there was, I don't know if you've heard of. So there's the PGA, right? That's been around forever.
Yeah.
And then you got the Live Tour, which is backed by Saudi Arabia and everything. And the people that left PGA to go to Live, one of them was Koepka, and he was a huge star for golf in general. Like he's awesome. Jake Paul, he interviewed him instead of interviewing like Tiger, which I doubt Tiger would even be on there, but
Yeah.
someone from the PGA, like he went ahead and got the people that were considered to be like villains because they left PGA. And like he does things the right way to get likes and views and stuff, and that's awesome. Like I think that's an art.
Yeah.
For people like you said, because heels, if you're a good heel, sometimes that can be more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ask all like the actors about, the best roles, and like they love playing villains.
Yeah.
Because,
We're gonna have to get that to stay.
yeah, like make it to where it doesn't go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But like with the villains, you get to explore this, psyche of somebody that you don't get to normally do. Because like, everyone gets to be the superhero, and
It's like playing a video game and you have an option to either be good or to be
yeah,
bad. It's
yeah,
that
like,
same thing.
They in Spider-Man 2, there's one section of the game where you play as Venom, and it's awesome. Like because like you're just destroying everything. But that was another thing in the leak is they're gonna make a Venom game, like standalone Venom game.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, there's. I know you couldn't get into it, but like Red Dead, there is really no path, like things that you were supposed to do. Like there's a storyline, yeah, but everything that you do, which is like I guess any Rockstar game, most Rockstar games, like you can be bad, really bad, and and it's funny, and it, like when I do play as like I'm gonna do some evil bad shit. I'm gonna rob people. I'm gonna kill people for no reason. I can't help but feel like, oh man, I feel like a little bad for doing that, for making that decision. But I'm gonna keep doing it. But yeah, I can see how, yeah, because you are going into a space, a headspace that you normally don't like. It's not your norm. Like,
Yeah.
you don't normally think this way. And now that's who you are. You know. And every time I think about that, I think about Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh,
I always
yeah.
think about that because he went into that dark abyss of a character. Was it true that Jack Nicholson warned him about that?
I don't know.
I heard that.
Yeah, I
warned
mean,
him
I had
about
heard
that.
that too. But
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, a bunch of people made a big deal saying it was like, oh yeah, it's because of that role
I
and
don't think
everything.
it was completely because of that role.
No, because like all of his castmates, they were like, oh, as soon as the scene was done, it was just like, oh, there's
The
Keith
switch.
was right, yeah, right there. He's talking about his daughter and like all. He was excited to
Do you
see
think
his
it was
daughter.
more like drugs? Like was it fentanyl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was fentanyl, but I think it was just an accidental overdose.
Yeah.
He took, because I'm sure, like people that big, like stars that big, they're under so much like immense pressure. Like they have so many obligations that they have to do. That's why like they have publicists and like, you know, assistants and like everybody's like, you film for, you know, 12 hours a day, and then right after that you have to go and do, you know, this interview and then photo shoot and whatever, and then, you know, you want to see your kid or whatever, so they're taking, you know, uppers to keep them awake and going. And, you know, did I just take that an hour ago, or was it 2 hours ago? And oh, fuck it, I'm taking another one. And then, you know, they get home, they want to relax, and they're taking downers, you know, just gets out of hand, you know.
Yeah. I think you probably, shadowing somebody that is as big as, you know, an A-lister. I bet it would be like, how the fuck do you do this every week?
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid. Like, yeah, it's fun. You don't have to really work, but your brain is on like a mode that it shouldn't be on.
Yeah.
The RPMs on your brain are going crazy.
Yeah, like it's funny, we were talking about The Rock earlier, and I don't see when he sleeps. It's like he's doing everything.
He doesn't. He doesn't sleep.
Is that the thing? It's just like the elites are just vampires.
Yeah.
They're daywalkers.
They're either that or I know we've joked around like, oh, how cool would it be like if there was a pill or a treatment or something that you had access to that would give your body and brain like you just slept for 8 hours or 9, however long you needed to recover, but it did it like in 5 minutes. So like you took a power nap and then you were good, and you didn't even look like you need sleep because you had sleep.
Yeah.
Technically. Like would you take part in that? Well, would you do it, or do you want to zonk out do you want to take 8 or 9 hours out of your 24 hours?
No, I mean, if it worked and I can sleep less but still feel like my body was getting everything that I needed, I would sleep less.
Yeah, I mean, because my body would get more sleep than I actually get right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, how productive you could be.
Yes.
And corporations are probably like, think of it. Like,
yeah.
We can get 16 hours out of Joe instead of just 8 hours. That'd be great. That's something else, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Rock. I don't know how he's involved in too many things.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see like a day in his life.
No wonder he eats like that on Sundays.
Was that his wife saying that?
Woo. Ba-dum-psh.
All right. Well, I think on that joke, we can call it because my allergies are kicking my ass right now.
Yeah, and I'm hungry too. So yeah, let's call it a session.
All right. Well, I'm B,
And I'm Jay.
and this is A to Z with J and B.
Yep.
See you next time.
We'll see you later, guys.